Once upon a time, in a land draped with ancient fog and shadowy forests, there was a small village perched at the edge of a mysterious woodland named Thornwick. The villagers whispered tales of strange magic that flowed through the trees, and at night they would hurry home, fearful of the wolves that prowled the forest depths. No one dared venture too far into those dark woods, except for Roby. Roby was no ordinary girl. She was the daughter of Flair, the town's famed hunter, tasked by Gastro, the cold-hearted and profit-driven monoculture planter, to rid the land of wolves. Gastro had dark plans for Thornwick. He wanted to clear the forest and practice monoculture farming, endless fields of a single crop that would strip the land of its magic and destroy its natural balance. He knew that the wolves and the mysterious beings who protected them, the Wolfwalkers, stood in his way. But while her father spent his days in the forest hunting, Roby's heart was filled with wonder, not fear. She would often climb the watchtower and gaze at the rolling sea of trees, feeling as if the forest called to her, like an old, forgotten song carried by the wind. One grey morning, as mist curled between the trees like tendrils of smoke, Roby's curiosity got the better of her. She slipped away from the safety of the village and ventured deep into the woods, her heart pounding with both excitement and uncertainty. The deeper she went, the quieter the forest became, as if it were holding its breath, watching her every move. Suddenly, from behind a twisted oak, a flash of red light streaked by, so fast, Roby wondered if it was just her imagination. But then, she saw her, a girl, no older than herself, with eyes as green as the moss and hair that flowed like fire in the wind.
"Who are you?"
Roby called out, stepping cautiously forward. The wild girl turned, her smile mischievous and her eyes gleaming.
"I am Mebh, and you've wandered far from home, little hunter's daughter."
Roby felt a shiver run through her. She wondered, how does Mebh know her? But before she could ask, Mebh disappeared into the trees, leaving behind only the sound of her laughter, echoing through the woods. Unable to resist, Roby followed. She soon found herself at the heart of the forest, a place where the air shimmered with magic. The trees seemed to bend toward her, their branches dripping with glowing moss, and the air was thick with the scent of earth and mystery. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Roby, feeling tired, climbed a tree to rest. A strange pull, a deep enchantment, made her feel both lost and found at the same time. Unable to comprehend anything, Roby closed her eyes, trying to make sense of it all. Just then, she heard footsteps. Shivers ran down her spine as she looked down from the tree with wide eyes. Initially, Roby couldn't make out anything, but soon, she saw Mebh under the full moon's light. And then, to her amazement, Mebh began to transform, her body shimmering and shifting until, standing in her place, was a glowing wolf. It was then that Roby realized Mebh was no ordinary girl. She was a Wolfwalker, one of the ancient protectors of the forest. Roby had heard the villagers speak of them in frightened whispers, beings who could become wolves at night, guardians of the wild, but she had never thought they were real. Roby gasped, and her movement startled Mebh, who looked up. In her shock, Roby lost her balance and fell from the tree. Mebh leapt forward in an instant, catching Roby's hand with her wolfish teeth. Roby felt a warm, tingling sensation spread through her body as the magic of the forest surged into her veins. She fainted from the intensity of it. When she awoke, she found herself changed. She, too, was now a Wolfwalker, In that moment, Roby understood. The forest had chosen her. Mebh watched her with a knowing smile.
The forest has accepted you, Roby. But there is more to this magic than you know. My mother, Moll, the great Wolfwalker queen, has been taken. Without her, the wolves, and the forest, are in danger.
Roby listened keenly, her heart aching with a strange new loyalty to the wolves, but fear for her father gnawed at her. He had been sent by Gastro to hunt these very creatures. Roby knew she had to protect the wolves, but she could never betray her father. As Roby and Mebh ventured deeper into the forest, the mysteries began to unravel. The trees whispered of Gastro, the one who had kidnapped Moll, to weaken the wolves' power and break the forest's spirit. They told, Moll is trapped in a hidden realm, the Twilight Vale, a place where magic and reality intertwined, and where time itself bent under the weight of forgotten magic. Gastro, using his dark powers, had sealed Moll away to weaken the Wolfwalkers and clear the path for his ruthless ambitions. But Roby and Mebh were not alone. As they searched for the gateway to the Twilight Vale, strange shadows followed them, eyes glowing from the darkness. Gastro had sent his dark forces, creatures twisted by his magic, to destroy the wolves and eliminate anyone who stood in his way. With every step, the forest became more enchanted, the air thick with suspense. Roby felt the magic deepening around them, but she feared what would happen if they couldn't find Moll in time. At last, under the pale light of the moon, they found the gateway, an ancient stone arch hidden beneath a waterfall, guarded by wolves with eyes like molten gold. Mebh touched the stone, and the waters parted, revealing the entrance to the Twilight Vale. Roby and Mebh stepped through, but before they could go far, Gastro's forces attacked. A fierce battle erupted, and though the two fought bravely, they were outnumbered and outmatched. Desperate, they made a final dash into the heart of the Twilight Vale to free Moll. There, in the heart of the Twilight Vale, they found Moll, shackled by chains of dark magic. Working together, they freed her, and as soon as Moll was released, her power surged, and the three of them escaped back into the forest. But waiting for them outside was Gastro himself. The final battle was fierce. Gastro unleashed his magic, twisting the forest around them, trying to destroy everything. But Roby, Mebh, and Moll, united, called upon the ancient power of the Wolfwalkers. The trees came alive, the wolves howled as one, and the forest itself rose to fight. Together, they drove out Gastro's darkness. On hearing so much noise, the villagers, including Flare, mustered courage and arrived just in time to witness the battle. Battle was intense. Gastro was defeated. His dark plans crumbled. Villagers couldn't believe their eyes. Now they knew Wolfwalkers are for real. Real protectors of the forest. Seeing the truth with his own eyes, Flare laid down his weapons, realizing that the wolves were not enemies but protectors. He embraced Roby, joining her in protecting the sacred forest. The villagers, moved by the power of the forest, also pledged to defend it. The forest remained wild, free, and full of secrets. Every villager turned into protector. Roby, now fully a part of the Wolfwalker tribe, embraced her new life, one filled with wonder, magic, and the eternal mystery of Thornwick. And every night, under the moonlit sky, Roby and Mebh would run as wolves through the enchanted woods, their friendship growing stronger with every passing day.